All right, beauties, here is where we are starting. I currently have 117. I do have a few and like some little single sleeves and stuff like that. If I remember, I'll kind of pop those in as well, and I probably have 5 to 8 of those. My goal here, as you guys can see, it's gonna be very reflective, I'm sorry. This palette is freaking massive, and while the appeal was there when I first saw this and I kind of first started collecting single shadows, it's just too damn big, you guys. And I have nowhere to store it, so it's beside my vanity, so I never get use out of any of these. So my ultimate goal is I'm going to get probably 1 or 2 just very small magnetic palettes. If you guys have recommendations or suggestions, I'd love to know. Drop them in the comments below. And you guys know I have a preference for small indie brands. So if you know of any small indie brands that have just smaller magnetic palettes, my goal is to maybe keep 18 at the most. Maybe keep my all-time favorite shades, and then the rest of these I will be decluttering, and anything that I declutter generally ends up in my resale group over on Facebook, and that is always linked down below. And chances are I'll probably sell the entire lot, kind of how it is, but we're gonna shut up and we're gonna dive in. I am going to swatch every single shade. So what I'm gonna do, some of these do not have the shade names, the brand, or anything like that. That's another reason why I don't really reach for these, and another reason that I'm more comfortable in getting rid of these. More indie brands have come out with eyeshadow palettes that have these beautiful special shades. Me kind of originally starting this collection was because I could not find a lot of these shades elsewhere. So I'll note by saying that too, but I'm literally just gonna kind of hold it up and maybe let you guys see the shade. I'm gonna swatch as many as I can on my arm just so you guys can kind of see what they look like. I'll wipe those off and then kind of continue progressively towards this way. And kind of as I'm swatching, I will determine at that time which ones I'm keeping, if any. But like I said, my goal is to just get like 1 or 2, I prefer just 1 to be honest, but get 1 or 2 smaller palettes that I can actually put into my palette drawers so that I reach for them. So we are going to start here. I should have brought my magnet out with me, so actually let me go grab that because my husband let me steal one from him. I'll BRB. All right, we have procured, is that the word? We've gotten our magnet. Anyways, these are a bunch of JD Glow. Unfortunately, they are no longer a brand, and it really breaks my heart because they had incredibly pigmented, beautiful eyeshadows. So like I said, I'll go in. I may not even swatch them on my arm. I might do 4 at a time and do them on my finger just to save some time. So I probably should not have swatched that there. I do apologize. All right, that is also, you can assume that all of these are JD Glow, the larger ones. This is the shade Sprung, which was from the Galaxy Collection Shadows. This one is called AKA. And the shade Lava. I'm sorry that I'm doing these a little bit out of order. This one actually feels super, super dry, almost kind of like it's hard panned. So I'm actually gonna set this to the side and I'll just toss this. So those are those 4 shades from JD Glow. Next up we have Bad AZZ. That one still feels nice. This is the shade Bouquet, which I actually was using as like a blush shade for a little while. It's really, really pretty. My favorites from her, it was Peachy Keen. And it's like that really pretty, I mean, brands have this shade over and over again now. It's like peachy orange, like with green in it. And then this one right here is, I have no idea. So there are 4 more shades. And I'd like to know, are you a fan of single shadows? Or are you more like me and maybe you kind of started a collection and you just don't reach for them? I honestly, you guys, because they are in this container, first of all, it makes it a little bit harder. It's a little bit more bulky. But honestly, I forget about them. I genuinely just forget that I have them. So I have a tendency to honestly just reach for my palettes. All right, we're gonna start over here. I don't know why this thing's not working. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Y'all, I've never used one of these little magnet things, so y'all ignore me if I'm doing it wrong. This is Rendezvous. This one is the shade Watermark. Ooh, I might have to keep this one. I think I'm gonna set the ones that I'm maybe like, hey, I think I should keep this. I'll kind of put them over here and we'll just kind of go from there. Next up is Bora Bora. And I actually already know that I have this shade in one of the most recent palettes I just got. I know for sure I have it. And then I also have something very similar to this in a Rebel Rouge Labs palette. So I know I can go without that one. I'm so scared I'm gonna dig my nails in these. This is the shade Secrets. And this is like blue, but like very icy, and it's got like a beautiful like silver like sparkle and shift in there. And you guys can see like how brilliant, like this one right here, you guys, is like a freaking night sky. It is, good gracious, it's beautiful. This is from Give Me Glow. This is Pool Party. Okay, next up is Give Me Glow So Rich. Next up is JD Glow Cutie Pie. Next up is JD Glow Dream. I feel like over here, I'm really liking this one, but I do feel like I have that in other, you know, like other palettes and stuff like that. So for now, I'm not gonna put it in my keep pile. So I'm actually kind of proud of myself, you guys, that I've not kept too many thus far. Let me get another white. All right, we are starting out over here. This is JD Glow White in the Medallon. And it's more, it's silver. Next up is JD Glow Lemonade. JD Glow Prismatic. And again, kind of when, you know, I was buying all of these, they were the more special shades that I was kind of looking for that I honestly was not seeing in other, that I was not seeing from other brands. This one is Clarity Cosmetics Summer Apple. Ooh, that's pretty too. Y'all know I'm a sucker for my greens, but do I have this? I do. Hopefully you guys can see like how sparkly that is too. It's like a beautiful shift of like yellow sparkle in here. I'm also gonna put this down here just for now, just cause, you know, I want to. Next up is JD Glow Granny Smith. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was gonna go down there too, just for now at least. Next up is JD Glow Martini. I honestly, this one's, I think you guys can even see by my swatch, I feel like it's getting a little bit more hard panned, but I love this shade and it's quite unique also to my collection. It's like varnished goldy green, but there's like a kiss of orange in here as well. But because I'm kind of feeling like it's getting a little bit hard panned, I'll go ahead and actually toss that one. Next up is JD Glow Lemon Lime. JD Glow Lime Light. Oh, okay, that one's pretty too. And I may change my mind. I think I'm gonna put kind of, you know, not worry about if they're the same shades or whatever, or very light color stories or colored, you know, shades. And if I just like it, I'm gonna set it in the keep pile, and then I'll kind of go through the keep pile at the end. Okay, we're starting over here now. I wish I could get this magnet thing to work right for me, y'all. Maybe I just have the wrong style. This is JD Glow Fool's Gold. Oh, it's so beautiful, you guys. I think I might have to keep that one too. Well, we'll see though. We'll see. JD Glow Good God. And this is like periwinkle baby blue with like purple, but it's also kind of taupey. And you can see I use this one quite a bit. I actually am going to go ahead and put this over here as well. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful, you guys. Okay, next up we have JD Glow Carrot Top. Ooh, see, that's beautiful too. I don't really feel like I have a lot of oranges either in my collection. I want to put it down here in more of like the maybe pile area. I thought this was gonna be easier than it is, you guys. This is JD Glow Hey Poppy. And you can see this one's a little bit kind of more textured and flaked. Also absolutely incredibly beautiful. I feel like I can let that go. I'm almost positive I definitely have something like that also in my collection. So those are those 4 shades. And hopefully angles and everything are okay with you guys. I can't really see what I'm doing. I literally hit record and I pray that it records through the duration of the video. All right, next up we have JD Glow Unexpected. This is another one. Oh my gosh. It's like taupey, very neutral, but then it has like a lot of blue and then like a lot of blue sparkle as well. So I think I might keep that one too. Again, I'm gonna go back through it kind of based on, you know, our kind of end result, if you will. This is JD Glow Fairy Acid. JD Glow Volcano. This is Give Me Glow TBT. Quite intense, quite richly pigmented. Also, if you're still here, thank you so much. I hope you'll consider subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying this type of content. Let me know. Next up, also this video might get long, you guys. We have over 100 shadows to swatch, so this may get long. So y'all know what I say. If it gets a little too long for you, grab your tacos and your tequila, your milk and cookies, your Doritos, Cheetos, or Fritos, whatever's your pleasure, and sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I thank you in advance for being here. This one is another one from JD Glow. This is the shade Opal. Oh, that's beautiful too. This is more pinky. I feel like I like that one a little bit better, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep this in the declutter pile. This is JD Glow Insane. I'm trying to be very careful. This is Give Me Glow Sunburst. Oh, this is like a fiery bright orange with a lot of like greeny yellowy sparkle. I think I'm gonna put that down here too for now. This one right here I've also used as a blush. This is Give Me Glow Milkshake. And then this is Give Me Glow in Creamsicle. I'll do, I guess, these 4 larger pans here. This is from Sydney Grace. This is a highlighter in Pumpkin Spice Latte. And as a highlighter, it's just a little bit too deep. And again, I just don't reach for these that often. Next up, this is Sydney Grace Pure Love. Again, a little bit too dark for me to use. And I kind of got these to wear as like bronzer toppers or eyeshadows or whatever the case may be because they were on sale, but I have not reached for them. Next up is Sydney Grace Tangled. Next up is Sydney Grace Megalodon. This is Sydney Grace Mint Green. This is Sydney Grace in Queen of Hearts. This is Sydney Grace in Rom-Com. And I actually am going to keep this. This is more of like a, I'd say taupey, but like rosewood leaning. And I don't think I have very many mattes that are similar to this. And it's really a beautiful shade. And I love that type of shade. So those are the next 4. Next up is Sydney Grace Lucky Peach. Next up is Sydney Grace Mango Tea. Next up is Sydney Grace Coliseum. And then I'll swatch the green one from over here. This is Sydney Grace in Tempest. Next up is Sydney Grace in Sea Breeze, which is the very, very palest, like very, very soft muted, like greeny yellow shade. I may also keep this for now. Next up is Sydney Grace in Thrilled. Next up is an unnamed shadow, so honestly I could not tell you guys. I do apologize. Like I said, some of these did not have shade names and stuff on them, so those are those four. Excuse me, I only did 3. Sorry, y'all. This is Sydney Grace Touchdown. This is Sydney Grace in Golden Peach. Starting now over here, very carefully. This is Sydney Grace in Magic Act. Sydney Grace, Ladies Dancing. Next up is Sydney Grace, Flannel. Sydney Grace, Ice Storm. Sydney Grace, Polar Bear. Sydney Grace, Lemon Cream. I think I'm also going to hold on to this one. All right, I'll go to these 3 right here. This is Amok from Beshi Beauty. They are also no longer a brand, but that is so incredibly beautiful and sparkly. I love the shift and everything in this, so I'll probably hold on to that. This is Clouds, also from Beshi Beauty. This is Morticia from Beshi Beauty. And this one over here is also from Beshi Beauty. This is the shade Kai. So those are those shades. And this shade is those beautiful kind of like UV reactive type shades that y'all know are, I love them, you guys. I love shades like that. All right, I'm going to pull this a little closer to me so that I can reach it and not kill my back, which is already dying. And I'm gonna go now over to this row here. Next up is Clarity Cosmetics in Armadillo. Fantasy Cosmetica, the shade Packed. I think I'm also going to hold on to this shade. Fantasy Cosmetica, Profane. Clarity Cosmetics in the shade Hunter. This also is starting to feel a little dry in the pan. I don't know that you guys are going to actually be able to see that, so I'm going to go ahead and toss this one as well. The shade Baby's Breath. I honestly do not remember who this is from. I want to say Clarity, and I think I can go ahead and pass that along, although I really do like the undertone of that. These I actually don't know either, so I am really sorry, you guys. And a lot of these brands are like no longer brands, which really breaks my heart, but I love that one, so I'm going to hold on to it. This is Black Moxie Cosmetics in Ambience or Ambiance, however you pronounce it. I'm going to assume that that one is also Black Moxie. This is JD Glow Luna. And this is Black Moxie in Nebula. Incredibly, incredibly smooth, very, very high shine. Hopefully I'm showing these okay, you guys. I'm so sorry. All right, continuing on over here. This is Winkleberry Beauty in Pink Berry. This is, hopefully I'm saying that right, you guys, Winkleberry Beauty in Rave. This is Mocha Venti. Again, I do not know from whom. This is Driftwood. I do not know from whom. This one also feels very dry, so I'm going to toss this one. This is a ColourPop shadow in, oh my gosh, I need my glasses on. Slated, I believe. This is another no name. I am really sorry about that, you guys. And now I feel like I already swatched one very similar to this. I swear I did. I'm gonna kind of compare that and that. I think that might have been the one that was quite similar to it. This is JD Glow I think I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna kind of compare it over here as well. This was very comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury one that I had. I actually did like a couple shorts and videos kind of comparing those together. Next up, this is another of the Winkleberry Beauty. This is Cast a Spell. Y'all, if you could see all this sparkle and freaking glitter all over the place, oh my goodness. This is Black Moxie Cosmetics Dig It. Black Moxie Cosmetics Illegal Pink. This is another of the Winkleberry. This is Patient Zero. This is JD Glow Aurora. Next up is JD Glow in Supernova. JD Glow in Sirius. I think I'll come up here so I don't confuse myself. This is Black Moxie Cosmetics Heart Hacker. This is, I'm assuming, Black Moxie Cosmetics. Again, I do not know, and again, I am sorry. Black Moxie Cosmetics Icy Deuces. Black Moxie Cosmetics Cool Aid. I'm keeping this too because I don't have anything that is kind of like tonally this exact shade. I think it's beautiful and special. JD Glow Galactic. This is Unicorn Tears. Again, I do not know from whom. I am sorry, you guys. This is Do We Have a Problem? Again, I don't know from whom. Okay, starting up here. Again, I'm not sure. I'm going to assume that these are probably Black Moxie because they're kind of in that general area. This is Black Moxie Lemonhead. This is Black Moxie in Sunburst. Here's another no-name one. This is Clarity Cosmetics Trickster. This is Carnival. Again, I'm not sure from whom. And this is Rain of Fire. Again, I do not know from whom. Black Moxie Cosmetics, After Sun. Black Moxie Cosmetics, Moody. Black Moxie Cosmetics, Nifty. Black Moxie Cosmetics, Unseen Cosmic. Black Moxie Cosmetics, Radiation. Black Moxie Cosmetics, Galactic. Black Moxie Cosmetics in Celestial. And then I'll come up here. This is MBA Cosmetics Celestial Poppy. This is Fantasy Cosmetica Ritual. I might put it in the maybe pile, we'll see. This is Fantasy Cosmetica in Arcanum. This is Winkelary Beauty in Hollow Back Girl. And of course it is a hollow chrome. This is a little Kelp Please. I'm pretty sure this was from Clarity. Okay, this is Book from Fantasy Cosmetica. It is also a hollow chrome. Oh my gosh. Ooh. That is gorgeous, you guys. Gorgeous. Next up, it's Black Moxie Cosmetics in Magic Hour. Next up is another unknown. And last but not least is another unknown. All right, I am going to go through all the ones that I put over here. I'm going to count up what I'm going to keep. I'll kind of come back and let you guys know, hey, did I decide to keep something or not keep something? And then we'll go from there, and I will let you guys know of 117 how many single shadows I kept. All right, I did decide to keep everything that I put up here. I may further declutter a little bit down the line. I decided to keep 35 single shadows, and then I am tossing 4 shadows. So I am keeping 35. I honestly feel like I did really, really well. I wanted to keep it under like 20-ish, but I still like what I'm looking at. And then even like in the little kind of color stories and stuff like that, I love what I'm seeing. So I'm happy where I'm at here. Again, I'm keeping 35 of 117. I would love to know what you guys thought. What are your favorite types of shades? Do you have certain indie brands that you really, really love that you think do single shadows beautifully? Or do you not really reach for your single shadows? I'd love to know. I'd love to have you guys subscribe to become part of my beauty family. And if you enjoyed this type of content, please consider giving the video a thumbs up. You can also tap the notifications so you never miss an upload. You can tap the join button down below to become a channel member to get some exclusive perks. I love you all. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.